everyone, my name is Xaritomi and today is the official release of my first video on my channel. If you haven't guessed already from the name of the YouTube video, I'm going to be explaining to you why hosting companies such as MCProHosting and GGServers rip you off basically. Not in a bad way. They obviously, what you're paying for is them doing all the work for you, and you'll understand what I mean by that once I get to the end of this video. Minecraft servers, they are big now. I mean, there's so many Minecraft servers now, to the point where there are dedicated Minecraft server lists where you can go onto a website, type in Minecraft servers, and there are thousands of them, and they all have one objective: to make money. Now, from personal experience, I know that Minecraft servers are very hard to maintain, especially if you want to make money, because you have to basically have a large number of people that will consistently donate to you, and sometimes that can be a bit hard. And basically today I'm going to be explaining to you why my method of hosting a Minecraft server would be a lot easier for you guys in terms of making more money, because it is going to be considerably cheaper and you have much more flexibility with the server. This is the server I'm on now is called Doomcraft. It's a private server that I host myself for a small number of people, and I'm going to be just going into my browser in just a second, and I'm going to be showing you some of the examples that I found, such with my MCProHosting and GGServers. Okay, so this is MCProHosting. Okay, now they don't just do Minecraft servers, but they do also some of the gaming servers, such as CS:GO and Team Fortress 2 and Arma 3. Do they do Arma 3? I don't know actually. Let's have a look. No, they do. Oh, okay, they do Rust and stuff. But you can buy a dedicated server from them, which probably would run that. Anyway, moving on. If I go back onto Minecraft, some of the packages that they have are air plan, dirt plan, grass plan, etc. Okay. Now, their most basic plan is a 256 megabyte server, which has a maximum player count of 5 people, and it is for $2.49. Now, I'm from the UK, so that roughly becomes about £1.80, £1.90, which is okay. That's an okay amount of money to spend on maybe a small, like, you know, a friends only server that you just want to have a bit of fun with. That's like paying for a realm, kind of. Realms are a bit more expensive actually, but they offer more, especially since you don't have to maintain them or anything. They're all done for you from Mojang. Going up, you get things like the 512 megabyte dirt plan, which is $5, and then you keep going up until you get to 6,000 megabytes, which is the equivalent of 6 gigabytes of RAM. Now you can see that is nearly $60. That is a massive amount of money to spend on just a 6 gigabyte server. And you'll understand more when I get to my server provider and why mine's so much more cheaper. Going on to a different server hosting company called GGServers. They have a similar setup. They're, you know, how they select the plans is a bit cool, I suppose. They are a bit cheaper, I believe. So they have a 512 plan, which is only $1.50, and I believe you can have it for 7 days for free. Yeah, so you have a 512 megabyte RAM server for 7 days with basically for free, just so you can test it. And they have a maximum of 32 gigabytes, which is, that's what it is in megabytes. And you can see that it's $85. Okay. Now, considering the fact that's 32 gigabytes and MCProHosting for 60 is only 6, for an extra $25 you get 4 times the amount, which is massive. But now I'm going to be showing you some of my hosting providers. It's not a dedicated Minecraft hosting company or anything like that. It is a place called OVH, and well, OVH, but So You Start is a branch off of them. There's like tiers with OVH. There is Kim Sufi, there is So You Start, which I'm on right now, and then there's OVH. And depending on the power of server that you would like, you would go to each one of them. So Kim Sufi is much cheaper than So You Start, and it's still really good. So you can get 8 core CPUs with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 2 terabytes of storage for basically £20. I mean, that is ridiculously good, and it's dedicated, which basically means you get the full power of that server. It's not shared for anyone. You know what's happening with it, because with the hosting companies, they don't tell you where your server is. What I mean by that is they don't tell you how many people are on your server or if it's dedicated. Now, sometimes they will say it's dedicated to make you want to get it more, but in all seriousness, it's not. I mean, I've got friends who have themselves hosted their own company for Minecraft servers, and they've lied about it. I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to say who, because that would be unfair for them. So moving back onto So You Start, they have a very similar setup: 32 gigabytes of RAM and 4-core CPU for just £30. Plus VAT for me would be about £35. Now, considering the fact that that just went down from $85, which for me would be about 65, £70, or probably just a bit more now because the whole Brexit thing has crippled the currency for the pound coin. That is a massive difference, you know. I mean, and I basically went and installed Multicraft, which is what every other server hosting provider does. As you can see, if I go up, Multicraft here, they use Multicraft, which is basically this. Multicraft is a online piece of software that you install on your server, and it basically manages your servers, which is what this is here. I have this installed on my server, and I have at the moment 10 servers. I think I might have more actually. I have some suspended because I don't use them anymore. And each one can have up to 10 gigabytes or however many you want. I have this system that I'm on right now is 32 gigabytes of RAM. So some of them will be on 10 gigabytes, some of them will be on 4, depending on what it is. I know that I think the FTP Beyond one is on 6 gigabytes. So we just dedicate 6 gigabytes of memory to it, and it's as simple as creating a server, naming it, putting as many people as you want on there, and then putting the amount of memory you want in there, and then selecting a jar file. That's all you have to do. It's so simple. You can see that if I go to statistics, that's how much memory all my servers combined are reserving. Then it's not actually how much memory is being used. But you know, there's still so much. There's still another 8 gigabytes of RAM to be used, and I can pretty go above 32 because it won't always be the number that I've specified won't always be used. So it's great. Hopefully, during the next couple of videos that I make, I'm gonna basically be showing you from scratch, as if you went and bought your own server, how to install Multicraft and have a setup like this, where you will save a very big amount of money. Basically, I couldn't say it because it was so good. Yeah, I mean, if you can't afford some of the bigger servers like this, again, there is the whole Kim Sufi, which are great. They have some lower tier ones where you get a 2-core and a 4 gigabyte server. See, this is great for just friends. You know, you don't have to spend loads of money. I mean, this is £11, obviously, but you can do more with the server if you know what you're doing. You can host Multicraft, you can host your own website on there as well, and you can add things like Discord bots, and It's just great. Um, so yeah, I mean, that is pretty much all I've got for this video. I mean, so it'd be great if you told me about that. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Oh God. See you guys.